All right, number one, the first thing that I would suggest and highly recommend doing in your home is to switch to reusable straws. Now I have 2 of these metal ones and 2 bamboo straws. The bamboo straws were given to me in like a goodie bag from like a meetup blogger event. Says it was from Don Francisco's Coffee. So yeah, we use these for smoothies at home, and I like using these metal ones. I think you can purchase these ones on Amazon, but this was at a local shop that gave them away as like a little thank you bonus. I think that was from Hollywood Lux Vintage, the Hollywood district here in Portland. The shop girls were really sweet and threw into these metal reusable straws one day. And so we use these a lot for smoothies and cocktails at home. These I just rinse and scrub and wash out with soapy water, and they're fine. I've been reusing these already for like a year or 2, and so far so good. So, all right, you ready for number 2? My second sustainable tip for the home is to basically just compost. I'm going to show you my compost bin. I thrifted this piece recently, a couple months ago, and when I first moved to Portland, I had like an old coffee canister that had like a lid that was like about this size, and I just had it on my kitchen counter next to my sink. So when I had any food scraps and things like that, I would put it in there, but that broke, and instead of investing in buying a new plastic or whatever they're made out of compost bin like from a website that the cities have, I thought it'd be better to make my own. So it's heavy because I actually have stuff in it, but this is my compost bin. It's a ceramic jug or jar with a closable lid. Now it's really gross. I have chicken bones and stuff in here right now because I made chicken enchiladas recently. So this guy's actually full, and what I do is I typically take this out to the compost trash bin in the backyard and dump it, and then just give it a good rinse, and there we go. I don't even have to use the compostable like liners and stuff like that, because when it's ceramic it can't really like absorb the juices and things because it's what's the word I'm looking for? Non-porous. So okay, yeah. So let's get into tip number 3. For tip number 3 for 7 ways to be sustainable at home, I wanted to talk about, can you guess? Recycling. So here in the state of Portland, Oregon, it is the law where they recommend and urge people to rinse out and clean out their single-use plastics before putting in the recycling bin. So things like your takeout boxes, your like fruit plastics like this, even my cat's cat food, this metal container, I rinse them out and I let them air dry on my kitchen counter, and I put them in my recycling bin. Are you guys ready for tip number 4? I am. This next one's something I've been doing already for a long time, and hopefully a lot of you already do this, but it is to repurpose, what did I write? Reuse jars, repurpose things in your home. Yes, pretty simple and straightforward. So these are jam jars that I buy, and they're super cute. They come with this like little plaid country top, and I seriously have a collection of these. I probably have like 8. And the jam itself is really good. I forget the brand. It's got that like sticker around it that the glue on the sticker is like biodegradable, and it just like washes right off. So I love these jars. I've made cocktails in them before. I've pickled things in them before. So even them as a jar by itself, super cute. And when I first moved into my apartment here in Portland almost 2 years ago, we didn't have very many glassware items and things like that, so we would use jars like this. So yeah, I love using these. These are storing my tea right now, and they sit in my kitchen counter in my coffee and tea station. Like I said, I've also given them away as gifts when I've pickled things from my garden. So like I'll pickle carrots and put rosemary in there and onions, and I make a brine, and it just sits in my fridge. So yeah, I love these little jars. Just repurposing things around the home is just such a great, genius way to kind of like help save the planet and not need to go out and like buy things from like big brand box stores just to have like a cool aesthetic, when you can kind of make your own aesthetic by being thrifty and crafty like this, like me. 5, 5, 5. Tip number 5. My fifth sustainable tip for being sustainable at home is the most basic one that I feel like that's been regurgitated to every single person, every season, every time we go shopping. It's pretty easy. I'm just gonna jump into it, but I have a whole drawer literally full and dedicated to, can you guess what these are? Reusable bags. Woohoo! So these are just some of my favorites that I pulled from my, like literally there's like a drawer in my kitchen. When you turn around the corner, it's at the bottom. It's just full of these bags. So whenever I go grocery shopping, I grab like a handful. I get like 1 or 2 big ones, and then I shove a bunch of other reusable bags in there. So that way I never ever have to try to take paper bags if I can help it. And then sometimes if they're like lightweight ones like this that I can bunch up, I like put in my purse or my carry-on tote and stuff throughout the day. So if I do need to use a bag, I have one already on me. Tip number 6. 6, 6, 6, 6. Not like 666. I'm not like gothic like that or emo. I had an emo phase when I was in high school though. Anyways, this next topic is bathroom items and how to be sustainable in the bathroom. Ew, there's cat hair on my toothbrush. This is my life. Thor's cat hair gets everywhere. So these are our toothbrushes. My boyfriend and I have a pink one and a green one. Wonder if you can guess which one's mine, which one's his. I love purple, so purple is mine, and the green one's Grant's. These are a brand called Preserve. Trader Joe's sells these, but this brand I have the plastic reusable sleeves they came in. With this brand, you mail them back to the manufacturer, and they recycle these plastic bits, and they take off these bristles, and they reuse them and repurpose them. But yeah. Preserve's a great brand. I really want to try bamboo toothbrushes next. I used to buy the like battery toothbrushes like from Crest and those kind of things that would like brush your teeth for you, but they're just so wasteful. I hate the idea of using a battery to, you know, like move my toothbrush, and I had to like switch out those batteries when they would go bad, and the whole plastic toothbrush part of it. Like, these are such a polluter in the oceans, and I just want to stop and cut out as much plastic in my life as I can. It's also been like a challenge of mine for this month. So I recommend, you know, switching over to bamboo toothbrushes. It's my next move. But for now, I'm using this brand, Preserve, where you can recycle them by mailing them back in when you're done. So that's something in the bathroom that you can switch to. Another kind of interesting thing is toothpaste. Oh, this is the brand that I'm using right now. Really sorry, the lighting's really bad. There we go. When you buy how do I say this? When you buy toothpaste that is from a sustainable natural brand, most of the time the company itself is making these and they're recyclable. Like, they're like a good company to support. Like, brands like Crest and Colgate are fine, but I stopped buying and using those products the last couple years and only try to use natural stuff. Like, I even did and got into like the charcoal toothpaste for a while, but I like this too because it is recyclable. It even has it on here on the package. So when I'm done with this, I will recycle it, and it's fluoride free, gluten free, carrageen free, whatever that is, sodium laurate free, and it helps remove plaque and all that good stuff. So it works the same as those other more generic brands, but I just like the idea of like switching to more natural products. Like, I even have like a Jason deodorant, and even Jason like gives a percentage of their funds back to good causes. All right, you ready for this last sustainable tip for the home? Tip number 7. 7's like my lucky number. So let's get into this. This is an easy switch, especially if you are sensitive to allergens and things like your clothes and your bed sheets that have like all those fragrances and stuff in them. If you use more generic brands, something I've been switching over to for a while is natural laundry detergent and dryer balls. These have been a freaking game changer. In my apartment building in the basement, we have a washer and dryer that's like coin operated, and the dryer freaking sucks. It like doesn't dry your clothes well, and I would always have to like pay double and like dry stuff twice, which takes like 45 minutes. It's super annoying. So I recently picked these up like a month ago from Trader Joe's, but you can buy these kind of like things anywhere. They're like wool balls. Ta-da! And you put them in your dryer when you dry your clothes, and I've heard that you could even like put essential oils on here to like scent your clothes, but I am just like as clean and natural when it comes to my laundry. I don't want my clothes smelling like anything. I just want them to be clean. So this is just like a natural laundry detergent, pH balance, no harsh, petrochemicals, non-polluting, all temperature, with lavender essential oils. You know I love lavender, anything lavender. So yeah, this has a little bit of lavender scent to it, which I am not mad at, but typically brands like All and like, you know, Myers and Dr. Bronner's, I love those brands for doing laundry. So yeah, this is the detergent that we like to use, or a type of detergent. And again, this canister, you just rinse it out really good when you're done, and you put it in the recycling, because you rinse your stuff before you put it in there, like I talked about earlier. And yeah, these dryer balls, there's a set of 4 in here. You can totally buy them on Amazon. I think you can even buy these at most natural health food kind of stores, places like Whole Foods, Sprouts, things like that. But yeah, I got these at Trader Joe's. This is probably like maybe like $4 to $7 for these wool balls. And I've already reused them twice since I bought them, and they cut the drying time in half. And also, it is such a waste to have dryer sheets and use those in your dryer, because you just throw it away after. It's wasteful. So, non-wasteful. Use dryer balls. They bounce around and clean your stuff, and less scent and chemicals and stuff on your clothes, the better. Another thing I've seen people use and do are like tennis balls. I don't know how much better that is. I would just, you know, go for like a natural wool dryer ball like these. Next time I do laundry, I'm totally gonna experiment and put some essential oils on my dryer balls and see if that does kind of lightly scent my stuff. But typically I don't like any of that fake Febreze kind of like perfumated artificial scents on my clothes and in my life and in my home. I, you know, don't even buy candles that have anything but soy wax with them, because it's the cleanest burn. Anyways, that's a whole other tangent for another time. But again, so these are my 7 tips 7 ways to be sustainable at home. So just to recap, I talked about switching to like reusable straws. Tip number 2 is to compost. Tip number 3 is to, sorry, I'm looking at my cheat sheet down here. Rinse out your plastics and single-use items. Tip number 4 was to repurpose things in your home and reuse glass jars, like for plants and propagating things. Tip number 5 is to use reusable bags. Tip number 6 was to, you know, make some bathroom switches if you do so choose, like I did. And tip number 7 is to be more eco-friendly with your laundry by getting dryer balls and using natural detergent and things that can be recycled and composted in a more natural way. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you kind of found it entertaining. I don't know how silly or goofy or weird or whatever I am, but you know, thanks again for watching. This is Miss Honey Lavender, aka Jordan Jones. You can find me on Instagram at Miss Honey Lavender. I also do hair, and I have a hair account that's called @StyledByJordan. And I also am in the works and process of getting an online vintage shop going. It's gonna be more so launched maybe like next year, but if you want to check it out for now and start following, it's @Miss Honey Lavender. And yeah, I have a website and a blog, so if you want to check that out too, it's just misshoneylavender.com, spelled like it sounds. And yeah, just remember that any little part you can do to kind of help the world environment is better than nothing. And if anything, you feel better about yourself doing these things and just being mindful. Thanks again for watching. Have a great weekend, and hopefully you enjoyed this series of Sustainable Saturday. Thanks everyone. Bye. Mwah. Love ya. Did I stop it?